So guys, in today's video we are going to see how can we prepare amines. So today's topic is preparation of amines. Preparation of amines. So first we are going to see that how does we can prepare amine from the nitro compounds. Okay, from nitro compounds. Do remember guys, whenever you're choosing a nitro compound for the preparation of the amines, we are going to reduce this nitro compounds. Of course, whenever we hear the word as a reduction or a reduce, soon an image which flashes in our mind is the utilization of a metal in the presence of a hydrogen gas. Alva? ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಒಂದು ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಅಂದಾಗ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, we have to supply the hydrogen. Of course, in order to supply the hydrogen, we need some part, because hydrogen is a gas. It will be moving here and there. So we want to withhold it somewhere. So we need a solid surface, and that solid surface which will be provided by a metal. So whenever we are choosing a nitro compounds, here also we are using the same tendency, that is the reduction process, where we are going to reduce this nitro compounds using a hydrogen gas in the presence of a finely divided or a finely powdered nickel, platinum or a palladium catalyst. Why is it so? As I mentioned earlier, your H2 is a gas. It will be in a gaseous state. So we know that from the surface chemistry, whenever we use a catalyst, more particularly a heterogeneous catalysis, what happens? This hydrogen will be sitting on the surface of the catalyst. And moreover, when I am saying as a finely divided, why I am saying it as a finely divided, we know that as the surface area of the catalyst goes on increases, the efficiency also increases. Alva? Surface area just powder ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, surface area ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, active center site ಗಳು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಆ reason ಇಂದನೇ whenever we are doing the reduction process, basically we use a finely divided metal and in the presence of hydrogen. So it's an example of your heterogeneous catalysis. So coming back to our topic, that is how you are going to convert your nitro compounds to your amines. The reaction we are going to follow is your reduction process. What you are going to do is the reduction. So as I mentioned earlier, whenever the term reduction comes, the first thing which comes to our brain is addition of hydrogen. So let us deal with it. So for example, you have been given with a nitrobenzene. You have been given with what? Nitrobenzene. So you have to convert it for aniline. What you have to do, you have to convert it for an aniline. That is, we are converting a nitro compound to a primary amine, primary aromatic amine. Of course, there are two methods. Okay, first we will deal with metal in the presence of hydrogen. So basically, I would be using my hydrogen, and of course, I could use my finely divided palladium, platinum or a nickel catalyst. And remember, overall this reaction is undertaken in ethanol. So here ethanol is acting as a solvent. We are not taking water. Instead of water, what we are doing? We are taking an ethanol. So of course, when you are treating your nitrobenzene in the presence of palladium and your hydrogen and in the presence of ethanol as a solvent, we will be getting a primary amine. So this is a reduction process, of course, where we are utilizing your hydrogen in the presence of a catalyst. So there is another method. What is that method? Basically is, we can also choose metal in an acidic medium. I repeat, we can also choose metal in an acidic medium. Of course, we know that whenever a metal is going to react with an acid, of course it is going to give you a hydrogen gas, not an issue. So there are mainly two things you have to I'll just give you the reaction first. First of all, you can use the method as a tin in a HCl, okay, tin in a HCl, or you can also use iron in a HCl, okay, where we are utilizing metal in an acidic medium. In the first case, what we did we took as a hydrogen in the presence of a catalyst. In the second method, we are choosing metal in an acidic medium. Of course, here also the product is same. But when I am going in a detailed version of my second reaction, of course I have used tin in a HCl or an iron in an HCl. But I would say that where if you are doing your second method, it is better to choose your iron in HCl. So when I am giving you certain hint that we have to use this one itself as a particular, of course the question arises within us. Why sir? Why we have to use iron in HCl and not tin in HCl? Of course guys, in order to understand this, many times I have said, what is that? Whenever you are doing a product or whenever you are extracting or manufacturing a product in any field, of course our main criteria will be investment should be less, final product should be, quantity should be more. Alva. So in the second process, what we came to know, of course we need an acidic medium. So that means what? We have to give that acidic medium so that this reaction has to be converted to give you the final product in a maximum quantity. But what happens if I'm going to choose my iron in HCl? Of course, first this reaction takes place to give you as FeCl2. What is going to give you as FeCl2? This FeCl2 does not remain as such. Once again, it will be hydrolyzed to give you the respective HCl. So what I'm going to say over here is, in order to carry out this reaction, first if you just give some amount of an acid to initiate the reaction, that's enough. The other quantity of the acid will be generated within the reaction system itself. So therefore what happens? The investment of the producing the or providing the HCl to start the reaction will be less. And when it is so, when you are using iron in HCl. Are you getting my point? So when you are using iron in HCl, the reaction itself is providing once again the HCl. So therefore you have to just supply a minimum amount of HCl to initiate the reaction. Once the reaction is started, it itself generates the HCl and gives the final product in a maximum amount. Is that clear? So this was the criteria how you can convert your nitrobenzenes to amines. Do remember, not only you have to choose nitrobenzene, even if you choose an aliphatic nitro compound, for example CH3CH2NO2, and you're going to do this in the presence of a hydrogen and a palladium catalyst and an ethanol medium, of course the final product will be CH3CH2NH2. The one thing you have to remember, whenever you have been provided with a nitro compound, your first task is to reduce it. So when you're reducing it, of course I have said you have two methods. One is supplying the hydrogen in the presence of a finely divided catalyst, or supply, or even you can also supply the gas or supply your acid in the presence of a metal. So when you're choosing your second method, the best will be a iron in a HCl. As I mentioned, in the reaction process itself, the HCl will be generated. So therefore, you have to just supply a little amount of HCl only to initiate the reaction. So once the reaction is started, it itself gets HCl will be generated to give you the final product as an amine. Is that clear? So by the reduction of the nitro compounds, one can easily convert your nitro compounds to your primary amines. Of course, these are the mild reducing agents. Even in certain criteria, we can also use one of the strongest reducing agent as LiAlH4. So this is also a strongest reducing agent. It can reduce nearly all the functional groups. So therefore, whenever you can treat your nitrobenzene with a lithium aluminum hydride, it is also going to give you the primary amine itself. Okay. But one important thing you have to remember, of course, in this reaction, we are having only one type of a group present. For that reason, it is going to only to reduce this NO2. Since LiAlH4 is a strong reducing agent, in case if it was having some other groups, it also has the capacity to reduce it. So that is the reason we have to check out. Okay, if only nitrobenzene, no problem, you can use. If any other compound is there or any other group is there, and you have to retain that group at the end also. So in that case, lithium aluminum hydride is not a good choice. So you have to use a mild reducing agent as we have shown over here. So ultimate fact, what you have to remember, in case you have been given with a nitro compound, you have been asked to convert it to your amine, the only process you have to choose is your reduction. Reduction by hydrogen gas in the presence of a catalyst, or by using a metal in an acidic medium. Is that clear? Both you can prepare your aromatic primary amines and also your aliphatic primary amines. So this was the first preparation from your nitro compounds. Now the second one, let us go with your amines. So guys, from the next step or the next reaction we are going to study in the preparation of the amines is through your nitriles, from nitriles. Now remember, it's also a reduction process. So basically, whenever you have been given with a nitrile, we are going to reduce it, or catalytic hydrogenation, or you can use your lithium aluminum hydride. So in the given reaction, you could just see that we have converted a nitrile to a respective primary amine in the presence of a hydrogen and a nickel catalyst, and also we have used a sodium amalgam so that the reaction would be faster, and in the presence of an ethanol. Yes, basically we say that this reaction, so whenever you're converting the nitriles to amines, basically we are going to increase the number of the carbon atoms. But what is the general fact we have to remember over here is nothing much. You are going to convert this C triple bond and whatever the C group is there, you are going to add the hydrogen over there. That's the funda. And you're converting your nitrogen to NH2. For example, if I just take it as CH3 C triple bond N. Of course, this is an ethane nitrile. It is an ethane nitrile. Okay. So when I'm going to choose my hydrogen in the presence of nickel, sodium amalgam, and in the presence of ethanol, what is the final product I am going to get? CH3 CH2 NH2. You're getting my point? So we are converting the ethane nitrile to ethanamine. Ethanamine. Basically, this reaction is also called as to convert your amines to ascent of series anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Ascent ಅಂದ್ರೆ increasing the chain length ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಿತ್ತು ಸಿ ಟ್ರಿಪಲ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಎನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನ್ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಸಿ ನ ಒಂದು CH2 ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಗಾಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಒಂದು ನೈಟ್ರೈಲ್ ಅಂತ ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಒಂದು ಚೈನ್ ಲೆಂತ್ ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಡಾ ಆಫ್ ಯೋರ್ preparation of the amines from your nitriles, where you are going to increase the chain length by reduction process. Similarly, the third reaction, if you just see, you'll come to know what is the major difference between the two. That is from amides. When I'm choosing from amides, what is going to happen? Let us just see. Remember, from amides is also a reduction process. It is also a reduction process. Here basically you can use directly your lithium aluminum hydride, not a great deal. The general reaction I'll just give you first, RC double bond O NH2. So basically first one I'm going to use my lithium aluminum hydride and in the presence of water. So till now we were using an alcoholic medium. Now I'm carrying out my reaction in aqueous medium. So what is the final product? RCH2 NH2. RCH2 NH2. And also here, for example, if I just use CH3C double bond O NH2 in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride and water, what is the final product you're going to get? CH3 CH2 NH2. Are you getting my point? So here we have converted the cyanide group to that of your amine, whereas here we are converting your amide group to your amine. But till now, whatever we have seen the reaction, it could be from your nitro compounds, it could be from your nitriles, it could be from your amides. All the reactions so far we have studied is by your reduction process itself. This is the main thing one has to remember. So these were the three important and easy reactions one can easily remember. The next three reactions, whatever I'm going to say, will be requiring certain important concepts. The first one will be called as an ammonolysis of alkyl halides. The other two are the named reaction. One is called as a Gabriel-Thalamide and another is called as a Hoffman-Bromide degradation. So this will be requiring certain important interesting facts. It will be not so easy, which can directly we are converting the respective parent compound to your amides. So before going to that one, we will have a quick revision of whatever we have seen so far. So first of all, we came to know that we are going to deal with the preparation of the amines. In that one, we came to know from nitro compounds, we are going to prepare the amine through your reduction. So when you are talking about the reduction, you are having the two important processes. What are those? By utilizing the metal in the presence of hydrogen in an alcoholic medium, and the second most important method by utilizing the metal in the presence of your acid. So when you are choosing the second method, the best method is to choose iron in a HCl, because within the reaction mixture itself, the HCl will be produced, which will initiate the reaction at a greater extent, and you will be getting a maximum amount of the final product. Then we came to know with respect to the nitriles, it is also through a reduction process where you can do a catalytic hydrogenation, or even you can use your lithium aluminum hydride. The final product, whatever you're going to get, will be your primary amines. Remember, whatever the preparation we have studied so far, they're all the preparation of your primary amines. Coming with respect to the amides, of course, this is also a reduction process. You can use directly in your lithium aluminum hydride, but you can also you can do this reaction in an your water medium or in an aqueous medium, where we are converting your amide group to that of your amines. Is that clear? So the next important reaction we are going to study, it is called as an ammonolysis of alkyl halides. What is that? Next important reaction we are going to study, it is called as an ammonolysis of alkyl halides. So guys, in ammonolysis of the alkyl halide, we are going to choose our, as I mentioned here, alkyl halide. We are going to make out the reaction by choosing your alkyl halide and treating with an ammonia in an alcoholic solution. But the most important thing we have to remember over here that we are not just saying as from alkyl halides. We are saying it as an ammonolysis of alkyl halides. Why we have utilized this term is very much important. Of course, now one thing we came to know that we are going to use the main reactant as one as your alkyl halide and the another one as your ammonia. So what is this ammonolysis refers to? Remember, so this ammonolysis is a process. What it is? It is a process of cleavage of your CX bond. What it is saying is a cleavage of your CX bond. That is of your alkyl halide in a ಏನು CX bond ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಕ್ಲೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ by ammonia molecule which is known as your ammonolysis. So this is the most interesting fact one has to know. One mark question it is. What do you mean by ammonolysis? So it's a process of the cleavage of your CX bond by an ammonia molecule. So that process is called as what? Ammonolysis. Why I'm saying so? Of course, as I mentioned, first let me give you a general reaction. For example, if I take here as a CH3Cl, okay, and I'm going to choose here my ammonia, NH3. So this part I'm going to do in an alcoholic solution. And do remember, overall this ammonolysis process is done in a sealed tube. This is very much important. So we are doing it in a sealed tube at nearly the temperature ranges 100 degrees Celsius, or you can say as a 373 Kelvin. Any important cause now use ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. First important thing is we are choosing an alkyl halide in an alcoholic solution of your ammonia. Remember, very much important, alcoholic solution of ammonia, and the overall reaction has been carried out in a sealed tube at nearly 373 Kelvin temperature. So of course we know what, first you understand, ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಕೋಣ. ಏನು? of course ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಗೆ Cl ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ Cl ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, C ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್, ನಮ್ಗೇನ್ ಗೊತ್ತು, ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು, ಹೌದು ಅಲ್ವೋ. ಸೊ ಅದೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಈಗ, ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಸಮ್ ಟರ್ನ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಅ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, CH3 NH ಏನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, NH3 ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ, NH4 ಈಗ N ಗೆ 3 ವೇಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಯಾವ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು NH2 ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನ ಬಿಟ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಯಾವ ತರ, H ನ ಬಿಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. H ನ ಬಿಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, Cl ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, HCl ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಫಂಡ. ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದಿಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಸ್ ಓವರ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಐ ರಿಪೀಟ್, this reaction doesn't stop over here. Why is it so, sir? First important thing, we are doing in a sealed tube. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವೇನು ತೆಗಿತಾನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದೇನಾಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಆ ಮಿಕ್ಸರ್ ಒಳಗೇನೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಚೂಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹೆಲೈಡ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಈ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಸ್ಟೈಕೋಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಏನುಂಟಲ್ಲ, ಮಿಥೈಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್, ಈ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೋಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಈಗ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ಸ್. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂಡ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಉಂಟು. ಈ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಹತ್ರ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಈ ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ ನಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ ಅದು ರಿಟೇನ್ಡಾ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸರಿ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನೌ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ವಿತ್ ವಿಚ್ ಒನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ CH3NH2 ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಯಾವ ತರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ದ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, H ನ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ CH3N NH CH3 plus HCl ಅಲ್ವಾ. So you are going to get a secondary amine. Can you see me whether the reaction will stop over here? Of course not. Why? Because I have taken excess of halide. Once again, now what happens, since nitrogen is having the lone pair of electrons, once again it will be acting as a nucleophile. So CH3Cl, now once again it will react with this secondary amine. CH3NH CH3. So here it is now having the lone pair of electrons. Once again it is going to attack. So now what you are going to get, CH3N CH3 plus HCl. Now I will ask you once again a question, whether the reaction will stop over here. Think and answer. Whether the reaction will stop over here. Question is same. I have used excess of halides. You no need to take tension of the halide. Halide ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಉಂಟು. ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು reaction ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಆಗಲ್ವೋ. If you are going to get this answer means you are going to understand this concept ಅಂತ. ಯಾವ ತರ ನಮಗೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹಲೈಡ್, ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಅಮೈನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆಟಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ 2 ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ತಗೊಂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಅಮೈನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ 1 ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಉಂಟು. ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಅಮೈನ್ ತಗೊಂತಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ 1 ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಉಂಟು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲದ್ರ ಮೇಲೂ ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಉಂಟು, ಲೋನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಉಂಟು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, once again whatever the tertiary amine which has been formed, it will now once again react with that of your delta positive of your carbon atom. So finally it is going to give you CH3N CH3 ಈಗಿಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ plus Cl minus. So this is called as what? Quaternary ammonium salt. Very much important. This is quaternary ammonium salt. ಈಗ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎನಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್. ಈವನ್ ದೋ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, lone pair of electrons nitrogen atom ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, so it cannot act as a nucleophile. So the final product in the ammonolysis when you are choosing an excess of alkyl halide is quaternary ammonium salt. We can't get the primary amine as a major product. Instead, what you are going to get as a major product, your quaternary ammonium salt. Of course, sir, we were doing the preparation of the amines, but you have taught us that you are getting the quaternary ammonium salt as a major product. Can we get the primary amine? Of course, yes. But the question is, I am asking it to you. How can we obtain the primary amine as the major product if I choose the same reaction? Very good. Instead of choosing the alkyl halide in an excess amount, I repeat my words, instead of using alkyl halide in excess of amount, what you do, you choose ammonia in an excess of amount. Ammonia in excess. So when you choose ammonia in excess, what happens? The final major product will be your primary amine. The final major product will be our primary amine. Very much important reaction, guys. Okay. So whenever in your exam they have asked to write the ammonolysis, you have to write till quaternary ammonium salt. Then give a note. What is that? If we choose excess of the alkyl halide, quaternary ammonium salt will be the major product. Take a second point. If we choose excess of ammonia, the major product will be primary amine. But the major part you have to understand is what? Why we are getting this quaternary ammonium salt? Because in each stage, whatever the primary amine, secondary amine and tertiary amine you're getting, they are acting as a nucleophile. And those nucleophile is having the tendency to break the CX bond and easily giving you the respective quaternary ammonium salt. Is that clear? So two important things one has to know in this concept. What is that? First and the foremost thing, what do you mean by ammonolysis? Yes, it is a process of the cleavage of your CX bond by your ammonia molecule. And remember, the overall reaction is being carried out in an alcoholic solution, not an aqueous medium, in an alcoholic medium. Okay, so this is the case when you are using alkyl halide in an excess amount, you are going to get the major product as what? Quaternary ammonium salt. But in case if you are using an excess of ammonia, the final product will be a primary amine. That is the first reaction ಅದು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಉಂಟು, ಇನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಡ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಅಮೈನು? ಯಾವಾಗ ನೀವು ಅಮೋನಿಯಾನ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? Now the question arises, one question arises to me. What is that? So now you are having Ri and you are having RBr and you are having RCl. Okay, these are the respective alkyl halides. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಂತ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ 3 ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. And I am asking you which among these alkyl halides will react faster in the ammonolysis? Are you getting my point? Which among these alkyl halides will react faster in your ammonolysis? So in order to answer this question, one important concept you have to understand so far. What is that? Overall ammonolysis is depending upon this breakage of your CX bond. ಈ C ಮತ್ತೆ X ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಬಾಂಡ್ ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಅಮೋನೋಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? C ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕಾಮನ್, ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ C ಕಾಮನ್, ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಅಯೋಡಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು ಸೈಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ, ಸಿ ಎಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬೇಗನೆ ಮುರಿಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ? ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದಿ ವೇಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀಸನ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ RI, then comes your RBr and the final is your RCl. Is that clear? Very much important this is in order to in the point of your competitive exams. Okay, they can ask you ಈಗ CH3I, CH3Br, CH3Cl ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟು which will among these will be reacting at a faster rate in the ammonolysis process. They can ask you. So you have to get ready with these answers because you can answer only this concept if you know what is happening in ammonolysis. So overall the breakage of the CX bond is must and should alva. So that breakage ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆ ಬಾಂಡ್ ವೀಕ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವೀಕ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಅಟಾಮಿಕ್ ಸೈಜ್ ಯಾವ ಹ್ಯಾಲೋಜನಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ? ಅಯೋಡಿನಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ Br, ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ರೆ Cl. ಸೊ Cl is the least reactive towards that of your ammonolysis. Is that clear? So ammonolysis is a quarter. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಬಂತು. ಏನದು? ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಅಮೈನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಅಮೈನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಅಮೈನ್ಗಳು ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಮೋನೋಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ ಹೊಸ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್? ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as a quaternary ammonium salt. So they can ask you in either ways. How can you prepare quaternary ammonium salt by your alkyl halide? So you have to understand this concept. And do remember, quaternary ammonium salt barbeku andre which quantity you have taken an excess? Alkyl halide. In case if you want to obtain a primary amine as a major product in an ammonolysis, which reactant you have to take in excess? Ammonia. Very good of that. So in our next part we are going to see how can you prepare amine through your imides and amides by the named reactions called as Gabriel-Thalamide synthesis and that of your Hofmann's degradation. Okay. So guys, the next preparation we are going to see, which is called as your Gabriel-Thalamide synthesis. What it is? Gabriel-Thalamide synthesis. Thalamide synthesis. Basically, it is a named reaction. Of course, it is very useful. But the important reactant we are going to start over here is from imides. How you are going to prepare it? From imides. Of course, I think as soon as I am giving this word thalamide, you may know that how the compound may be, because when we were dealing with your carboxylic acids, the chemical reaction, there we have seen that when you're treating your, what you can say, from the phthalic acid, when you're treating with an ammonia, basically we have got a phthalic anhydride. Treating further on heating and removing that NH3 out, the final product we have got as a phthalimide. The same product we are going to use over here as a reactant. How it will be? Yes, so you will be having your benzene ring, yes, and a 5-membered ring in which you will be having your NH and 2 ketonic groups. Able to see? So this is your phthalimide, alva. So basically this is the most important reactant which we are going to use for the conversion of your phthalimide to that of your amines. So how we are going to do this? Remember, when this phthalimide is treated with a KOH, and basically this KOH is an alcoholic solution. What it is? It is an alcoholic solution. First and the foremost thing you are going to get was, remember, as I mentioned many times, ಯಾವತ್ತೇ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಬೇಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗುಂಟು, ಇದೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಸಿಡಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಟಾನ್ ಉಂಟು. ಸೊ ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ ನಾವು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಯೋರ್ ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗೇನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಸ್ ಪೊಟ್ಯಾಷಿಯಂ ಸಾಲ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎ ಥ್ಯಾಲಿಮೈಡ್. ಯಾವ ತರ ನೋಡೋಣ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎನ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಹೆಚ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗ ಡಬಲ್ ಬಾಂಡು plus H2O. Yes. Now what happens? Now this part, that is N K double bond O, here whatever you are having, benzene ring. Now this will react with that of your alkyl iodide, or we can say alkyl halide. In this case I have chosen as a methyl iodide. Why iodide? Here also we want the cleavage of your CX bond, and which is easily available. CI tumane begane break agutte, aa reason inda. So what will happen, you just see this K is going to react with that of your I. So what you are going to get over here? Yes, so here you will be getting as NCH3 double bond O plus Ki. So whatever the part you are going to get over here, now this reactant, now it will be acting as a reactant. Yes, here you are having a NCH3 double bond O. Now this will react with the 2 moles of your KOH to give you now potassium salt once again. Potassium salt. Here as your OK, double bond O, and the final part you're going to get as CH3NH2. What we have obtained? A methanamine. So this is an important reaction, because if in many times in exam they have asked you that how can you prepare amines to Gabriel thalamide synthesis. So this is the overall reaction you have to write over here. The important reactant to start with, you have to use your thalamide. So that is the reason it is through imides inda yav tara navu amine na prepare martivi annadಕ್ಕೆ Gabriel thalamide is a best example. Important thing, we require an alcoholic solution of a KOH and a respective alkyl iodide. Coming to a noteworthy point over here, remember, what is that? Aromatic primary amines cannot be prepared through this Gabriel thalamide synthesis. What they are saying? Aromatic primary amine cannot be prepared. For example, I cannot prepare aniline from that of your Gabriel thalamide synthesis. Of course, when I'm saying we cannot, a question arises within us. Why is it so, sir? You can just see over here, when I'm choosing my alkyl iodide, it is the main part, alva, because this CH3 itself is involved to give you the final aniline. So in case if I use over here as a I, ನನಗೆ ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬೆನ್ಝೀನ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಈ ತರ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ iodide. And we have studied in the haloalkanes and haloarenes. What is that? Whenever a benzene ring is having such a halogens, of course it will be in a double bond characteristic. Alva yav ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ chances by plus I effect it can have a like this. Alva? That means what, that halogen may have donated the electrons and formed a double bond. So ಈ double bond ನ break ಮಾಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಈ ಬಾಂಡ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಐ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, when you're taking your aromatic system, it will be having a double bond character with that of your halogen. So once it is having a double bond character, what happens, we have to supply maximum amount of energy. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲೂ ಆತರ ಹೀಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕಾರಣದಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಸಫಿಶಿಯಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಹಲೈಡ್ ನ ಬಾಂಡ್ ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. So when you can't use aromatic halides, of course, we can't obtain an aromatic primary amine. So this is one of the main restriction of your Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. Do remember, the only amine which you are going to synthesize to your Gabriel Thalamide synthesis will be your aliphatic primary amine. And as per your syllabus, they have mentioned to show the reaction in which you could prepare your methanamine. So this is one of the most important reaction. In certain books, they can also use NaOH. NaOH use ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ K ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, Na ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That's the thing. Then all remains as it is. You can use any of the ways. Just you have to remember what we have to use: alcoholic solution of NaOH or KOH and respective alkyl halides, aliphatic alkyl halides. Okay. So this was about your Gabriel Thalamide synthesis, one in which one can prepare primary aliphatic amines from that of your thalamide. Okay, in your exams, that is your competitive exams, they can ask you in this way. How? They can ask you in this way: from thalic acid, how can you prepare? Means they will be giving you reagents ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು A ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು minus NH3 ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ B ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ they can use as a CH3I 3 moles of NaOH in an alcoholic solution, identify C. So what we have done, we have combined the chapter of now carboxylic acids with amines. You can just see that how can you convert your thalic acid to thalamide. So once you are obtaining this thalamide, then you have to, whatever we have seen over here in a Gabriel Thalamide synthesis, the same reagent we have used. Instead of KOH, I have used over here 3 moles of NaOH. What we want 3 moles. Here 2 moles, here 1 mole. So the final product, in the major product, what it would be? CH3NH2. Why? Because CH3? Because here I am using as what? CH3I. Alva, I am using my methyl iodide. So by this way, they can relate the questions in your competitive exam. So you should keep your eyes and ears open, and you have to relate the reactions from one chapter to another chapter. Is that clear? So far till now, we have come to know that how we are going to prepare the amines from the nitro compounds, that is through reduction, from nitriles, that is also through reduction, from amides, that was also through reduction. Then we came to know with respect to the ammonolysis. There we have utilized what? Basically there we have utilized ammonia with alkyl halide. And we came to know that in case if we are using alkyl halide in an excess, since the reaction is carried out in a sealed tube at nearly 100 degrees Celsius, the reaction does not stops in the primary amine, whereas it will go through to give you the quaternary ammonium salt. So in order to break the reaction in the primary amine itself and obtain the primary amine as a major product, you have to use ammonia in excess. Then we came to know with respect to the Gabriel Thalamide synthesis, basically it is from imides. From imides you are going to prepare the amines. So you have to treat your thalamide with an alcoholic solution of a KOH, okay, in which you are going to give a potassium salt of a phthalic acid. Further on treatment with the alcoholic KOH and hydrolysis, you will be getting your respective aliphatic primary amine. What is the major drawback of your Gabriel Thalamide synthesis? We can't obtain your aromatic primary amine. Why is it so? The only reason is because you are having a double bond characteristic of your benzene and that of your respective halides. In a haloarenes, we have studied this. So in order to break this, we require a large amount of energy which is not available in your Gabriel Thalamide synthesis. So that is the reason the only availability of your alkyl halide will be your aliphatic alkyl halide. So the final product, which will be also an aliphatic primary amine. Is that clear? Now the question arises, okay sir, Till now, whatever we have seen with respect to Gabriel Thalamide, you said that we can't prepare aromatic primary amine. So is there any other means so that we can prepare an aromatic primary amine? Of course we can. So that itself is called as what? Hofmann-bromamide degradation reaction. What they are saying? Hofmann-bromamide degradation reaction. So let us now deal with that reaction. The last reaction which we are going to see in this video, which is called as what? Hofmann-bromamide degradation, or we can also say it as what? Hofmann degradation. Let me give you what is there in your NCERT. Hofmann degradation. So basically this Hofmann degradation, as usual, it is a named reaction, but the important reactant which we are going to see is here from amides. From amides. Yes. Of course, in this video we have also seen from amides in a separate way, but here we are utilizing with amides and another important reactant, which is your bromine. Hence it is got the name as what? Hofmann degradation. Sometimes it is also called as a Hofmann's bromamide reaction. So what we are going to do over here? Basically here we are going to treat your amides. We are going to treat with your amides with a bromine, in the presence of your KOH. Finally, it will be giving your primary amines. It could be both your aromatic agirbodu, your aliphatic agirbodu. Okay, it depends what type of your amides you are choosing. If you are choosing as a C6H5 C double bond O NH2, you will be getting as a C6H5 NH2. In case if you are using CH3CO NH2, the final product will be CH3 NH2. But the important noteworthy point one has to remember in a Hofmann degradation is that you are going to treat your amides in the presence of a bromine and that of your potassium hydroxide. So you will be getting a corresponding primary amides. So what is happening in this degradation reaction? If somebody asks me, I can simply say that there is a migration of alkyl or an aryl group, from a carbonyl carbon to the nitrogen, carbonyl carbon of an amide to the nitrogen atom. No problem. Let us take one reaction, simplest reaction, RC double bond O NH2. Alva, this is your amide. As usual, the next important reactant I required is my bromine, Br2. In the presence of what? KOH. Remember, 4 moles of KOH is required. So the final product what I am going to get is RNH2 plus K2CO3 plus KBr plus H2O. See, this is one of the most important organic compound because we are getting many more byproducts. Byproducts organic chemistry. So this is one of the one important reaction. Stepwise reaction. Okay, that is not useful in your NCERT, but you will come to know that how we are getting these these side products. Okay, but before that one, let me just treat with this. So what I have said, the migration of an alkyl or an aryl group from the carbonyl carbon of amide. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇದು alkyl or an aryl group, this is ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಹಾಫ್ಮನ್ ಡಿಗ್ರೇಡೇಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಈ ಒಂದು ಆಲ್ಕಿಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅರೈಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ವಿಚ್ ಹಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ amide is migrating. Where it is migrating? To the nitrogen atom ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ನ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿ ಓವರ್ ಯು. So that is what they have said. So the migration of an alkyl or an aryl group from the carbonyl carbon of an amide to the nitrogen atom. So that itself is called as what? Hofmann-bromamide reaction. Whenever you are going to treat your amides with that of your bromine in a potassium hydroxide, whatever the final product, the primary amine you are going to get, that itself the reaction is called as what? Hofmann's bromamide reaction. Okay. So simply if I want to write the reaction, as usual I have written over here. Let me give my R as CH3, CH3, C double bond O NH2. When I am going to treat this one with a Br2 plus 4 moles of KOH, remember 4. So the final product you are going to get as a CH3 NH2, yes, plus K2CO3 plus 2 KBr plus H2O. This is an important reaction. Similarly, in case if I have used R as a C6H5, I would have obtained C6H5NH2. As I mentioned earlier, let me give you the stepwise reaction so that it will be easy for you to remember. Let me take a general RCONH2. First first we're going to treat this amide with bromine. First what we are going to treat this amide with bromine. So again R C double bond O NH Br plus HBr. So one hydrogen is getting replaced by that of your bromine. The reaction does not stop over here. Now this will be acting as a reactant. Again sigutte RC double bond O NH Br plus whatever the KOH we have utilized. Now it will going to react with that KOH. So now in sigutte nimge RNCO. Can you see RNCO plus remaining part, that is your KBr plus that of your H2O. Are you able to see? Even the second reaction you can just see that the RC bond break agi N bond form agta untu. That is the important part over here. Is that clear? Now what will be happening? Now this part will be acting as a reactant. So RNCO plus that of your, once again now it will react with 2 moles of KOH to give you as the final product, that is RNH2 plus K2CO3. It does not stop over here. Whatever the HBr is formed in the first reaction, that is now going to react with that of your another mole of the KOH to give you as a KBr plus H2O. If you just see the reaction, see whatever you can cancel out. So this will be cancelled, this will be cancelled. Alva. Similarly, this will be cancelled, this will be cancelled. So what will be the final remaining part? Yeah, HBr. Even the HBr, here also one HBr. So the final what you are going to get is RCONH2 plus 2, 3, 4. 4 moles of KOH. Can you see? Plus Br2 is going to give you as an RNH2 plus K2CO3 plus 2 KBr plus 2 water. Alva. So that is the reason we have got these products. Alva ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ difficult ಉಂಟು ಇದು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ I am just giving you ಯಾವ ತರ reaction ಆಗ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. In your exam it is enough if you read this much. So ಏನ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು? 1 mole of your amides is going to react with 1 mole of a bromine along with the 4 moles of your potassium hydroxide. Final product is same. Whatever the R part ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ NH2 ನ add ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So RNH2 is a primary amide. It can get an aliphatic or an aromatic, depends what type of an amide you have used. Along with that you are getting what? K2CO3, 2 KBr and water. Potassium carbonate plus potassium bromide plus water. So this was one of the most important reaction. Why is it so? It is overcoming the, what you can say, disadvantage of a Gabriel thalamide synthesis where we were not able to obtain an aromatic primary amide. Through this Hoffman bromide, we can even prepare the aromatic primary amides. That is through which one? By utilizing your benzamide. Benzamide na use madre. For example, C6H5CO NH2 in the presence of Br2 plus that of your 4 moles of KOH in product sigutte namge illi C6H5NH2. So il siktala aromatic primary amide. Yes, that no. So along with that one, you will be getting as a K2CO3 plus that of your KBr plus that of your H2O. 2 KBr plus H2O. So these were the important reactions through which one can prepare their respective aliphatic or aromatic primary amides. So in our next video, we are going to see certain important physical properties and also even some chemical properties. So till then, you just practice these reactions and more particularly the named reactions. Okay.